Warning! The following gameplay video was created by a scrub. If scrub gameplay disturbs you, stop the video now. Hello! Well, before we get this operation started, let's take a look at some details. That was my impression many missions ago. Yeah, okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that the entire expedition is completely insane. That's really disturbing considering everything about what's going on in this game. I mean, first of all, we've been very far from casualty free. This isn't Fire Emblem. Also, this is a civil war. We're fighting our countrymen here. So I don't know. to the formation. Weizsäcker. He'll probably stay the same for the rest of the game. Everyone else is going to use all sorts of different skills and tricks, but Weizsäcker doesn't need to deal with any of that because he just needs to shoot things. So he has Sejima, who loads him fast, Kawaii, who prevents penalties due to nighttime or a broken weapon, and Kinjo, who just shoots the enemy AFW. That's really all I need. Ryoko. Ryoko actually did get a change. Specifically, I haven't done it yet, but I'm switching from Hyper and Shrapnel to Co-op. She'll get turns a little bit more often this way as well. Everyone loves Co-op, but where did this Co-op unit come from? It came from Ayana's unit, and we'll take a look at why in a little bit. Kinsado, yes. This is a fairly big change. I've decided to abandon the pretense of ever seriously going after other AFWs, and now he has 2 recons and 1 infantry. Yeah, it sounds kind of crazy. The recon that's going to be in crew most of the time is good with illumination shells and shots if he ever has to be put on the ground. And the main benefit from this is that if I'm in a situation where I want to load Ink Shrap, I'll be able to do that and have 2 squads on the ground that are good at dealing a lot of damage. The bad news is that he won't be able to move quite as far as he did before. However, recons do increase movement range a little bit. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I was looking at attack range. That infantry increases move a little bit. So hopefully that'll be the edge he needs to stay where he needs to. We'll find out the results of this experiment quite shortly. Well, by the pace of this particular series anyway. John, oh, there's something else I changed about him. The other guy was switched out. I don't expect to load the Ink Shrap Scout onto crew. Therefore, I gave him a different specialty. I now have someone with Smoke Shot in case he's put into a bad situation, as can very easily happen since he's both fragile and on the front line every now and then. More than every now and then. You get the idea. So if it looks like he's going to be in serious danger, I break out the Smoke Shot to help with running away, pretty much. Now, that Ink Shrap recon went over to John. John with Ink Shrap, what am I unleashing upon the world? The gas neutralization might also be nice. If I notice they're about to throw it out, I can leave the recons in front and they'll be able to move forward faster, because moving forward and back is really something they have to do a lot. So it shouldn't hinder us much. Ayana was changed. Instead of double co-op, I switched her out so that one of the two of them has fast repair. Why would I do something like that? Well, first of all, no one likes to have their weapon broken, but that was the case beforehand and it didn't seem like a big problem. What's the big deal? Well, we are going to run into something which has aim weapon. Moving on. Jun is not changing a whole lot. I switched recons with him so that he has one with Illumination Shot and Gas Neutral. Rapid Fire and Shrapnel. Is there anything else I can give him? I think Rapid Fire works fairly well, but I don't think Jun of all people, he fires just so quickly that he doesn't especially need the extra boost. So I'm seriously considering co-op, just because it is such a huge single target punch. So, rapid fire or co-op? That is quite a decision to make. I think I'm going to keep the rapid fire and shrapnel, just because shrapnel has worked well for me in the past. It is a tough decision, though. You know what, in the name of experimenting, I'll try the co-op. I noticed that I very rarely load anything other than the mechanic into crew anyway. So maybe that'll work better. Ipe is, of course, more or less the same as well. He'll have fast repair, cleanup, and someone with Illumination Shot just in case he has to finish someone off, though he rarely needs the help. I switched Yatabe onto Emilio because it has that squad has very good base attack and those 8 APC shells, just in case he has to slug it out with something tough. Although I find that unlikely, I think it'll be just good practice to have this ready, just in case. Also, he is just completely loaded with special shells now. I need to keep that in mind. Alright, I think that just about covers it. Let's get started. Yeah, that seems like a bit of a stretch to me. And he agrees, hooray. Once again, we're going into stretch land. I mean, yeah, we're supposed to not be going to war, but the North made this apparently very strong machine, at least story-wise. They're definitely developing new stuff. Well, we already have a couple of ideas floating around on why exactly we're doing all this. And Weizsäcker, I thought you were going through character development. Come on, we don't have time to backtrack. And oh. Well then. Yeah, that was in one of the story clips before. And we will see exactly what Jun is talking about soon enough. How... Alright, this is a video game, so obviously the huge AFW is going to show up. But... Alright, so that's another crazy mission. There's no assurance when he joined the unit that John would even be sent to North Japan in the first place. Also, Kensato is correct. Okay, decoding this is a little strenuous, but my best guess is they sent him up there not with any real, confidence that he would succeed, but just as one shot in the dark. They're probably looking at many other measures to try to deal with it, and John just lucked out. Like, we'll send this bloodthirsty ex-Marine over there, and if he doesn't succeed, it's no big loss, probably. But as I take back what I said about the writers being good, I did not see John taking any measures to, I don't know, steer the crew towards this thing, or anything else that might be considered clever, although that, I guess that really isn't his style. But he wasn't doing anything towards this mission, except saying, "Where's the fat boy?" Yeah, good for you, Emilio. Right. This victory condition is going to be the end of us. The reason is, so this is, like most Ring of Red maps, not particularly large, but we see 8 enemy units here. This one doesn't even really count. This is another 24 enemy AFW map, which means that 2/3 of the map is hidden and will show up as reinforcements. And these reinforcements will not be fun times. At least, well, okay, kind of, it is still a game, but you get the idea. So, what do I do here? We have 4 days, by the way, and if you've seen the pace that I play this game, you'll know that this is not a problem, even if it's shorter than most. Well, they're standing on this village with a squad, so we definitely want to lure them out. And you, do you have a recon? This is very important. Yes, you do. You'll probably attack at long range. Jerk. Right. So, how do we want our moves to go? Weizsäcker moves soon, and you'll notice that, as usual, our compositions are unbalanced. I really would have liked to be able to just decide who goes where beforehand, but this is more reasonable to fix than some of the situations that I'm in. The big question is, do I want to move him forward a step? Excuse me. Yes? Ahem, I'm back. So, my plan is to move Weizsäcker over to this side and Ipe over the other way. And it looks like they can sort of swap places easily, because Weizsäcker goes first. That's not the problem. It'll slow me down, but I want to kind of wait this out anyways. So if I move him space forward and then just have him stop, this guy will actually be in a very awkward place. Either he can attack Kinsato at short range, which I personally don't recommend. He might go over here, which will get him stuck in woods, and Kinsato can probably close that distance anyway. So I think that'll be a good way to handle it. And this guy will also be put in an awkward spot. He'll probably have to move to one of the diagonals, which are both, well, the river especially is bad terrain. Also, something of note. John's range is long enough to attack across the river. This wasn't possible in the early stages, but now that the rivers are at least partially frozen over, I'm allowed those shenanigans. Oh, right. That guy might just attack Weizsäcker. I'll have to take that risk. I don't know the guy's name, if that's what you're asking. It sounds odd, but I find it reassuring that everyone involved in this story is crazy. Alright. So I don't know when this one is moving, but it's probably soon. I don't really feel the need to initiate an attack. I'm gonna let this one make the first move. If he moves onto a river, that's fine by me. Vizegger can just punch him. On the other hand, does that count as being a little bit lazy? Anyway, I could follow up the attack with Jun with a 1-2 punch sort of thing, so it might actually be a good idea to move right now. The only question is where John wants to move. He wants to move up here. That actually make things a little awkward, but I don't actually need him to do anything special this turn. Though it would be fun if he attacked this guy. Dang it, that's actually a good reason. What is wrong with me? What am I doing? That means I have an actual decision to make. How do I do that? Okay. If I knock out their squads, I don't have to finish them off immediately. Therefore, I can move Ryoko over here and have Jun move over here. He should have plenty of places to go after that. Those are really big words for a lookout. So what do they got? They got white phosphorus shot, snipe, well, so they're probably going to load the shooter, which is nice. I won't have to deal with the shrapnel. Or, dang it. Did he hear what I said? Somehow? Well, at least I'll be able to wipe out their shooters really fast. Okay, this might solve the problem faster than I thought. The reason I say that is they didn't bother to wait until their medic skill was ready. That's gonna be bad, though. I'm gonna guess that it takes 2 more shots to deal with the medics. That is, if they move forward. Actually, if that's going to be the case, I should recharge too. I think I'll have enough time. Okay. Oh, that's actually bad. Their medics are almost certain to survive now. Well, actually, Jun's hybrid build would be a pretty good follow-up. One recon isn't gonna stop him. I think they're just mocking me at this point. So, Ryoko will have to stand still for a little while. I actually think that works. Emilio is in a pretty bad place right now. He's actually stuck in woods. No, it's not actually better to have him move forward because he'd be further back. I think I have to have him stand in place for now. Ooh, no.